Kate mistaken for Prince William by cute child in hilarious moment. I'm the Duchess. Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, had a sweet interaction with a group of children during her second day in Scotland. Kate was asked if she was the prince during her visit to the European Marine Energy Centre in Orkney today. While at the centre, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge stopped to speak with a group of children lined up to see the royals. One excited child pointed at Kate and asked, "Are you the prince?" Kate replied with a smile, "I am not the prince, no, I am the Duchess of Cambridge." During their visit, Kate and William wrapped themselves up in windbreakers to view how the only accredited wave and tidal test center for marine renewable energy in the world works. This engagement was the latest of a series of visits carried out in Orkney today by the Cambridges. This morning, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge boarded a helicopter just outside the Palace of Holyrood House, the Queen's official residence in Scotland where the couple is staying overnight for the length of their tour, and left Edinburgh. Their destination today was Orkney, where Kate and William started their day by officially opening the Balfour Hospital in Kirkwall. As shown in a video, Kate unveiled the plaque marking the Cambridges' visit, a move that was celebrated with a round of applause by the staff present during the ceremony. The hospital launched by Kate and William is set to replace the 90-year-old community hospital and enable the repatriation of many NHS services from the Scottish mainland. On their first official visit to the island, Kate and Prince William spoke with hospital staff, renewing their commitment to frontline workers and key workers. The couple wanted to highlight our healthcare heroes' efforts during the pandemic and help to safeguard their mental well-being during such a difficult time. In April last year, the Duke of Cambridge pledged he and the Duchess would make it their top priority to support key workers during the COVID-19 emergency as he backed the launch of the 24/7 platform Our Frontline, which has since provided confidential support to frontline staff. Kate and Prince William's support to the NHS was sanctioned during their last visit to Scotland in December 2020. During that trip, it was announced they had become the joint patron of NHS Charities Together, a federation of over 250 charitable organizations that supports the national health system, its staff, volunteers and patients. While Kate arrived in Scotland yesterday, Prince William has been staying in Edinburgh since Friday to carry out duties as Lord High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. As such, he attended the opening ceremony of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland alongside First Minister Nicola Sturgeon. Over the weekend, he also visited a series of local organizations, including the Queen's Bay Lodge Care Home and Grassmarket Community Project. He also shared a pint with frontline workers at the Cold Townhouse in Edinburgh's Grassmarket and visited the Knockhill Racing Circuit in Fife, where he had a test drive in the Extreme E-Odyssey 21 electric vehicle. Most poignantly, the future king delivered an impassioned speech in which he highlighted some of his most painful and joyful memories in Scotland. During the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, he said, "I was in Balmoral when I was told that my mother had died. Still in shock, I found sanctuary in the service at Craddy Kirk that very morning, and in the dark days of grief that followed I found comfort and solace in the Scottish outdoors." Alongside this painful memory is one of great joy because it was here in Scotland, 20 years ago this year, that I first met Catherine. Needless to say, the town where you meet your future wife holds a very special place in your heart. George, Charlotte and Louis already know how dear Scotland is to both of us, and they are starting to build their own happy memories here too. Yesterday the Cambridges, who are known by their Scottish title the Earl and Countess of Strathearn when north of the border, visited a series of organizations focused on helping the community. They started at Turning Point Scotland, an organization working to break down the cycle of crime and addiction as well as helping people with mental health issues and experiencing homelessness. They also met people at the Scottish Violence Reduction Unit, SVRU, in Cockhinsey, a joint project backed by the police and the Scottish Government which tries to tackle the root causes of violence. The Duchess tried her hand at DJing with some electronic dance music, EDM, and was filmed pushing buttons to add sounds to her recording. William laughed and said, "What's that?" It sounded like a cat. It might catch on, in about 100 years' time. Resolution Unit, SVRU, in Cockenzie, a joint project backed by the police and the Scottish government which tries to tackle the root causes of violence. The Duchess tried her hand at DJing with some electronic dance music, EDM, and was filmed pushing buttons to add sounds to her recording. William laughed and said, "What's that? It sounded like a cat. It might catch on, in about 100 years' time."